Here's your letter.
Thank you, mailbox.
You're welcome.
Hey, we just got a letter. Oh look, it's a letter from our friends.
Oh, hi Jordan and Nate. It's me, Anthony Fritchley here. And today, I want to show you those very silly pictures, drawings I want to show you, which are mostly all the Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost drawings, including some besides Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost, which is Elmo Pac-Man Ghost, Ernie Pac-Man Ghost, Prairie Dawn as a Pac-Man Ghost, and Big Bird as Pac-Man, and Pac-Man as a ghost, and Pac-Man and more stuff. I'm going to show you those pictures of a Cookie Monster of the Pac-Man Ghost. Do you want to see the Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost? And the faces are got a lot different. I want to show you the changes. Do you want to see it? Great, here it is. First, here's the original picture of the Cookie Monster as a Pac-Man Ghost. As you can see, Nate and Jordan. So here's the original drawing of a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. And here's another picture of a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. You look at the difference, as you can see right now, like I show you. Look at the difference, as you can see, Nate and Jordan. It looks kind of look like a growling Cookie Monster. Look like he's growling. It goes da 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 da. Now here's a growling Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost, and show you a lot of these weird different faces. I'd be able to make a lot of weird different silly faces on those Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghosts that I edit. That was taken from the original picture drawing of this. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to show you the... When I did the animation, it looks like this. Oh. Yep. So here's the smiling Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. I'm going to show you all these pictures. I have to do it quickly as I can. Look at that smile. Look at that. Look like he's laughing. When I did that, is ah! Look at that smiling Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost, a laughing Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Here's this one. Look like he's smiling with the mouth closed. Here's that weird look like a Pac-Man version face of a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Here's that weird rectangle square looking mouth of the Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. And here's that weird small weird silly smile. And that looks like the original drawing of a Cookie Monster as a Pac-Man Ghost, but it's a kind of a little different. Here's a little sad, pretty sad Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Now it looks Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost looks on the over there. The face is the original, and he's whistling. Da 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 da. Da da do. Here's this big. Here's that one. Here's that. Here's that weird small rectangle Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost face. Here's that weird scary one. And it looks like another Pac-Man face of a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Here's that one again. Now here's a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost with no mouth. It goes da 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 da. Here's the look like he's smiling with the teeth, as you can see. And he looks handsome with the... Here's that one. Look at that. Look at that, Jordan Nate. Oh. Actually, that one I didn't use my Windows XP. I just used the different computer for some reason with my Apple computer. This one looks very weird in face. Looks like a weird, silly face I did. Looks like a scary face. Looks like he's sad. And here's the eyes look different. Look like a Charlie Brown face. And here's the look like a Charlie Brown face. Similar like it's a mystery Charlie Brown. For example, look like Charlie Brown. A smiling teeth face of a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Now he's skinny Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. So I cut a little bit of this leg. Now he looks skinny. Now here's Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost with a cookie. Well, I only just drew a brown circle only. Here's that smiling face. Now here's a crazy Pac-Man. It actually is Pac-Man. He just drew a crazy Pac-Man. Cookie Monster with a crazy Pac-Man. And here's a unhappy Cookie Monster. Here's a weird face Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. It's a weird smiling face. Weird, scary face. And here's the Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost with Pac-Man this time. Here's the regular Pac-Man with a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. And here's the weird, scary teeth face. Looks like a lot of sharp blue teeth. Look at that. Scary. Now it looks like a smiling, looks like a crescent moon face. Look at that. Now here's the no mouth Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost again. And here's the Elmo's a Pac-Man Ghost. By the way, Nate and Jordan, this is actually the original Elmo Pac-Man Ghost drawing on my Windows XP. But it's not the very first Elmo Pac-Man Ghost drawing, but it's actually the first drawing on my Windows XP computer. And here's the second drawing of an Elmo Pac-Man Ghost on a Windows XP. And here's this is the most recent drawing of an Elmo Pac-Man Ghost that looks similar like the original Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost drawing. Similar. And here's Ernie as a Pac-Man Ghost recently. Prairie Dawn as a Pac-Man Ghost. Big Bird as Pac-Man. And here's another skinny Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. I think the same thing. Now here's the here's one I haven't showed you yet on the letter segment. Here's Pac-Man as a ghost. Pac-Man as a ghost. A ghost when I did is da 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 ooh da da da. Here's that weird Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost drawing. Now here's the first Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost drawing. That was actually my second time drawing it. But this is actually a drawing, in case you were wondering, Nate and Jordan, I just drew that picture from a Windows XP computer. No, it's not a Windows XP. It's actually drawn on my photo lab on my Leapfrog Leapster GS, in case you were wondering, Nate and Jordan. And here's the Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost watching Nancy Grace. I just edited that picture. It was originally just a photo, but I did drew and edit it with that on Windows XP for some reason. And here's Pac-Man, a crazy Pac-Man with a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. And here's that weird, silly, crazy Pac-Man that I drew. And here's Cookie Monster and Elmo's a Pac-Man Ghost. Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost with a Coppertone girl. Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost with a girl and a boy are dancing with that. Looks like in the 50s looking, but yeah. But it's actually at the Big Dipper's ice cream. Very rare photo, I think. I did drew a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Here's this picture. And here's a mirror version of a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. What I did is it goes da 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 da. And here's this one again. Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost with Elmo with a smiling face. And Cookie Monster and Elmo's a Pac-Man Ghost. But this time Elmo doesn't have a smiling face this time. And here's Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost with my made-up character named Silly Girl. It's actually look how pretty she is. See how beautiful Silly Girl is. Her name is Silly Girl. Her favorite color is pink because of the girly, feminine stuff, especially when Silly Girl loves these Disney princesses. And here's Cookie Monster ooh la la. The Cookie Monster said when he saw Lala from Teletubbies. It's actually a VHS quality. You see the Actimate signal, and there's the VHS play button. The Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. That VHS was taken from the 1999 VHS of Teletubbies' favorite things. Flat Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Big Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Now here's the Once again, here's the no mouth Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. This is actually the original version, actually, because it's a little different on this side. Da 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 da. Now it looks like a jack-o'-lantern version of a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Looks very weird, huh? Looks kind of perfect on Halloween. Look at that crazy googly-eyed Cookie Monster laughing. Look like a regular Cookie Monster itself. Now it looks like a regular Pac-Man Ghost as Inky. Now here's Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost as Pac-Man. I thought I didn't drew that Pac-Man, but for some reason I did drew that. For some reason I just drew another one without realizing it for some reason. But this time it's a better version of a drawing of a Pac-Man. Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost with a Pac-Man. Pac-Man and a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. And here's a weird face of a Cookie Monster. And here's a mirror version of a growling Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. How scary. I did show you how I drew a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost with this one. What I did made a letter for you, including that one as well. And here are 4 characters of the Cookie Monster Pac. Here's Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost, Elmo, Prairie Dawn, and Ernie as Pac-Man Ghosts. Now here's a real drawing of a paper. It's on a paper plate of a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost on a marker. Here's the Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost on a leafster GS, and here's the paper cutout drawings, except by googly eyes. It was on marker. This time it's just a Pac-Man Ghost of a Pac-Man. There's a Pac-Man. It looks kind of the same, except this is the only difference. This time it's Inky from Pac-Man instead of a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Pac-Man riding a dinosaur. I did not draw the dinosaur. Here's a crazy smiling Pac-Man. It's just the McDonald's I drew. Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost watching Nancy Grace. Here's a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Here's the original drawing of an Elmo Pac-Man Ghost, Big Bird Pac-Man Ghost, another Big Bird Pac-Man Ghost, Cookie Monster, Elmo, and Big Bird Pac-Man, and Cookie Monster, Elmo, Pac-Man Ghosts. Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost is a real paper drawing, of a Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost, and Elmo's a Pac-Man Ghost. Well, right here I just drew a silly girl and Cookie Monster. A weird effect of this Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. Here's the crazy Pac-Man original drawing that I made a long time ago before I made up Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost. It's actually drawn on Windows from a Windows marker. Yeah. Cookie Monster whiteboard marker. Cookie Monster. And there's the draw on the box. I didn't draw the tongue or the cookie or the eyelash. It looks like angry. It looks like a evil Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost to me. Here's the crazy Pac-Man, the Cookie Monster Pac-Man Ghost from drawing. Here's the drawing I draw on a leapfrog, which I made a video, the bad news video on the leapster. Here's this Cookie Monster, Elmo. Here's the original drawing of an Ernie Pac-Man Ghost, original drawing of a Prairie Dawn as a Pac-Man Ghost, Big Bird, Cookie Monster, and here's a weird thing. I'm guessing this is the original Windows XP drawing of a Big Bird Pac-Man. This one, I did put a lookup on YouTube. Here's me with this Pac-Man and Pac-Man, Cookie Monster. Pac-Man and our pet cat. I don't have a cat anymore. Pac-Man and the Pac-Man Ghost that I actually drew Pac-Man and Pac-Man Ghost by myself, actually. Is Cookie Monster, Elmo, Big Bird looking at it. The VeggieTales version of Marge Simpson. And Homer Simpson as a Pac-Man Ghost. And Bob and Larry from VeggieTales as Pac-Man Ghost. And that Ubi logo will be the ending of that. There you have it. What do you think of those Cookie Monster and Elmo's a Pac-Man Ghost and other stuff? Let me know. That's all I got to say for the last thing for you, Jordan and Nate. So bye, Jordan and Nate.
Peace.
I love your Pac-Man and your Pac-Man ghosts, Anthony.